Today we'll be doing some more ranked rivals draft. A day left of this, so tomorrow evening we'll probably do, or tomorrow we'll probably try and do some more rivals draft, and then Saturday we'll look to do the whatever comes next, and we'll work on that. We're sitting at platinum at the moment, so still got some work to do, but we'll see how we get on. I'm just going to announce to Discord, but let's crack on in the meantime. This pack's fairly weak. The uncommons are pretty weak apart from Curious Obsession, Dusk Legion, Zealot, Luminous Bonds, and Mutiny are all kind of cards that I'm looking at. I think my preference here is Luminous Bonds. Just a solid removal spell in the colours that I want to be in. Itali is great, so we'll go with Itali here. Don't know what the bot picked over Itali. Itali's a very, very nice card. Needletooth Raptor is excellent and pairs really nicely with having already had an Itali. Reckless Rage is really good removal, especially in the dinosaurs deck, just purely because your dinosaurs tend to be quite large, so it just tends to be a 1-mana removal spell to kill their stuff. Sun-Colored Raptor is pretty good here, and I think it's worth just trying to keep cutting the red, keep making sure that we've got the red going on. Death Spitter is pretty good here, but so is the Sprinter. We don't need to be anything else. I think the Sprinter is probably there's just enough more upside over a Sprinter to pick over Death Spitter. But I guess that these cards just don't really tie well with the Sprinter at all. Let's just pick the Death Spitter and leave ourselves open. This one we've got not a whole lot of anything really. We'll take a Snubhorn just in case we end up being white. The Crown's pretty good with the Death Spitter. I usually want one copy of that when I've got a Death Spitter. Pick a Dreadmaw in case we're green. Pillage is good. It's going to ramp us into a Tally. Armasaur's fine, but not exciting. I'd really rather not be playing that one. I'll take another Dreadmaw. I don't mind playing multiple Dreadmaws when we're playing big green-red. So this has started off really nicely. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Itali's a really nice card. Needletooth Raptor is a very, very good one. So yeah, that's a pretty good start to that. This one, I think we're just going to go big and we're just going to go Zakama. Thunderherd Migration would be excellent. Golden Demise would be excellent, but obviously we're not really in those in that direction at the moment. Let's just go big and go Zakama. See how we get on with that one. Just means that we're looking to means that we're probably still going to be able to play this Luminous Bonds, be base red, green, and just splash the Luminous Bonds into Zakama. Potentially something else, we pick up something else, but see how we get on with that. Obviously, we would really like some more treasure-related cards, just to try and push up the amount of stuff we've got going up the top, but this one's just a Firebrand. Works well with our Enrage creatures, so this one's just going to be a Traveler's Amulet. Really just want to be making sure we hit land drops. We'll pick up some freebooters later on, but Amulet's going to be good to help us fix as well. 400 of the Empire or Gulta. 400 of the Empire works really well with the quality of dinosaurs we have, and we also already have a Needletooth Raptor, so just going to pick that one. Going to pick Knight of the Stampede just because of the big dinosaurs we have. Just want to make sure we can actually cast those reasonably reliably. I'm not going to play any of these, I don't think. I'll just take a Horncrest. Death Spitter here is probably fine. Probably need to pick up another couple of 2s at some point. Hardy Veteran's going to be fine for that job. Thunderherd Migration Wield. It's probably better than Knight of the Stampede just to help us actually get lands into play and not be reliant on that. Would have liked to hunt the weak, but Thunderherd Migration just fits in exactly what we're missing at the moment, so that's spot on for us. Freebooters ramp in this deck as well. Not playing any of these. So we're looking pretty good here, looking pretty hot, so just really want to tie up the deck, make sure that we've got everything else working. I'm just going to pick the Vraska. We'll make it work. We've got a Traveler's Amulet, we've got a few treasure makers. But yeah, Vraska's a ridiculous planeswalker as well to go with everything else. Ripjaw Raptor, sure thing. Loving you today. Lightning Strike's excellent removal. It can also go face. Wayfinder helps us find lands. Raptor Hatchling's an excellent one too. Really good at just being able to block early and then turns into a bigger thing that they need to deal with. Daggertooth helps us buy time. Another Hatchling. Wow. This is turning out pretty good for us here. New Horizons is ramp as well. I think that's going to be all she wrote, but I'm pretty happy with this one. I think it's right to just try and splash the Vraska, but we'll lay it out and see how we're looking. Okay, so let's see. We've got a lot of creatures, so we've still got some creatures to cut. There's 4 cuts to make, so we definitely only want to be playing 1 swamp and probably only want to be playing 2 plains, which then increases our mountains and forests. Not having any jewels is kind of awkward, but we should be fine with this. Like we've got Freebooter, Pillage, New Horizons, Thunderherd Migration, and Traveler's Amulets to help us find the plains and the swamps. So we shouldn't have any issues with that in theory. And the quality of our red-green cards is pretty high anyway, so these are just going to be like extra ways to help us beat through. I think Firebrand's pretty weak here. We don't have a whole lot of good in Rage, so probably just want to be slightly higher quality up there. Similar reasons for the Crown. I think we can cut a Death Spitter. It's probably just a Dreadmaw. We've got such quality cards that probably just want to be playing something like this. Cool, let's go with this. And I've just realised that I turned my audio on Arena off the other day because it was annoying me, so let me turn that back on. This one's fine. Traveler's Amulet is going to help us find a land, and then Lightning Strike, Hardy Veteran are good early plays, so help us stay alive. Ideally, we want to find a red source naturally, a green source naturally, so that we can go hunt up one of the other colours. Just found a Needletooth Raptor. That's fine. So we're just going to pass. We'll see what they do. If they suit this up with like a Curious Obsession or Sea Red, we'll probably just kill it. Not in a hurry to use this Traveler's Amulet, so like we can play this Hardy Veteran next turn. So Stormfleet Spy, yeah, sure. Audio, turn the master up. Probably don't need to turn it up quite that much. Sweet. So we're just going to hold that activation there just to see if we could hit a land, and we did. Daggertooth's fine here. Just want to be able to trade off stuff, make sure we stay alive, hit more land drops, and then just keep progressing the board. The more land drops we hit, the better our deck is going to be. The longer we hold off on this, we can figure out what we're actually wanting to fetch, if it's the plains or if it is the swamp. If we do need to end up just cracking it just to hit a land drop, then we'll probably just get the plains. I'll quite happily make a trade here. Again, as I say, I just want to make sure that we keep our life total as high as possible. Keep the board clear from their side. Make sure we've got stuff in play from us. Like, we've got a lot of high impact cards in our hands, so do I just play the Needletooth Raptor out? I guess we can just play Death Spitter. We can play Death Spitter. Death Spitter can trade for the Freebooter, and we can crack this amulet to go find the plains. Let's load up Deck Master now that I remember about that. Mistcloaked Herald, sure. Shaper Apprentice flies. If they have some kind of trick here, I'm quite happy to trade the trick. Yeah, that's fine. Not a great exchange, but obviously we've got a lot of stuff to come, so yeah, just gonna play the freebooter out. We take a little bit of damage this turn, but it does mean that we get the Dreadmaw down the following turn. Guarantees that. Alright. We're just going to take the damage here. Down to 12. Draw 2. Draw 3. And a Rig Hauler. Rig Hauler's kind of awkward for us. Just gonna have to let this happen. Don't think it's worth playing the Lightning Strike end of turn there. I think I just want to play the Needletooth Raptor out here and try and make some blocks on the Rig Hauler and get rid of this freebooter as well. Just try and make that happen. 5 mana Silvergill Adept, sure thing. So block here. So we go down to 6. We get to kill this freebooter. I think I'm now just supposed to strike off this apprentice. We don't have a whole lot of answers to flyers, so I'll try and get that one off the table. Didn't play anything else, so we drew a swamp. So I guess it's freebooter and raptor. Lightning strike me. That bodes well, doesn't it? Sure. Just a little bit too slow there. Didn't draw any of our particularly good cards, which probably didn't help, but yeah, just need to be slightly quicker against that, against some fair decks. Let's go again. Okay, I'm on opponents. Someone come fight me. Someone come fight me. Right. Let's see how we get on with this one. This hand's pretty good. Raptor Hatchling is good early blocker. Obviously don't have a green source, but we've got our 2 splash colors, so, and we've got a freebooter to help us with the mana. Ah, we've got all 4 colors. I mean, like, how... Never in doubt at all. Never in doubt. Literally never. That's a rude one. That means this... Oh, that's good for us. Okay, that's less good for us. Alright, just going to hold off playing these lands just so they don't know that we've got some splashy stuff coming. Flyer, sure. So we've actually got a really nice line next turn, assuming that Itali doesn't die. So we can Forerunner and put Zakama on top of our deck, attack with Itali, and then get to cast it. So as long as Itali lives, we're going to get to put Zakama into play next turn. Okay, that's a good one, but it's not going to be good enough, I don't think. So, play the Plains, cast the Forerunner. I would love to tutor up a dinosaur. Am I supposed to get Needletooth Raptor instead? Needletooth Raptor is probably correct. Nah, it's probably not. Let's put Zakama. I would love to attack. Trigger. He didn't want me to cast the Zakama for free. Oh, that's rude. Cool, so we're 1-1. Nice little start there. Hope everyone's doing well at the moment. Just back from a couple of days in Paris. So hoping to get as much done while I've still got some time off. Play some more arena as much as we can. Try and get ourselves to Mythic for Limited. Just see how we keep getting on. This hand is a turn 5 Vraska, but it's not got a whole lot else, but I'm going to keep it. Okay, so New Horizons is going to help us ramp here. We don't really care about the counter anyway. It's more about the ramp in this deck. So, just want to try and get ourselves ramped up as much as we can. Get these bombs into play. Yeah, they're just kind of doing their own thing, which is fine. Let's start with the pillage, I guess. I guess I don't actually want to pillage. So if I play the knight, I can play Dreadmaw plus Daggertooth next turn. Oh, I mistapped. I should have been able to cast Daggertooth this turn, but changed my mind slightly too quickly there as to what I was trying to do. So they ascend here. Take our 5. Ooh, I guess we potentially would have double blocked. Dreadmaw, Daggertooth, and Sun-Collared Raptor is probably a reasonable turn here. Like, obviously this Scoundrel is going to be a problem, but yeah, not a whole lot we can do about that. We can just keep jamming in with the Daggertooth, hopefully gain some life. Mausoleum Harpy, sure. Bird is the word. Let's pillage, discard the land, see what we hit. Well, we can cast the Zakama next turn. That's an answer to the dying to the Slippery Scoundrel. Let's kill this Harpy while they're basically tapped out. No attacks here. Like, getting the Zakama down will win the game, so just need to make sure that we don't just oops, I die. Yeah, that's fine. That's a slow play. Yep, you can draw cards. It's fine. Ouch. Cast Zakama. Rawr, I'm a dinosaur. Don't want to make any attacks there, but we're going to play the Vraska and kill this Dust Charger. I guess we're just plussing. There's no harm in not doing that. We get a pretty nuts turn here, so... Tempest Caller, tap my stuff? Sure. Sure. Like, not going to play around Tempest Caller as the the card that gets me there. Happens. Yeah, Zakama and Vraska is fine until they play the Tempest Caller and kill me. Oh dear. Yeah. Don't know. I'm kind of lost for words on that one. This one's kind of awkward. I guess it's a keep. Lightning Strike's going to keep us in. Wayfinder helps us find more lands once we find the green source. We are actually split across red-green 50-50, so there are more forests in our deck than any other cards, so take our one. I do just want to kill this Corsair before it gets out of hand. Just want to find a forest here. Wayfinder, they find a 4-2. Mono Mountains. Mono Mountains isn't good for us. What else have you got? If they don't have anything else, we're probably yeah, that's fine. Ugh. So there's 3 mountains left in our deck. There's 7 forests. There's 2 plains. So basically there's 4 lands in our deck that don't help us here. The rest do, so... Needletooth Raptor's a pretty good draw. Hopefully get to take these 2 things out. Depends what the plains is for. If we've got something that can kill, like a Luminous Bonds or something. Let's make a block here. We'll pump it. We'll kill the Wayfinder. Just kill the Wayfinder. Oofed. This is gonna go down in a blaze of glory. Go on, give me some land. Down to 2. And draw 2. Oh hey, we found a forest. Found a Knight of the Stampede. Let's kill your Jungle Delver. Well, we still have a chance to. And hopefully that is going to give us enough to kind of stabilize. That one's fine. Okay. Can we cast this Wayfinder first, see if we can hit a forest? Found another mountain, obviously. Right, so we've got a bunch of creatures in play. There's a pounce. I feel like they got some kind of bounce spell. They're bouncing my thing. Yeah, sure. Right. Hunt the Weak. Hunt the Weak is annoying. Tally. That's an annoying one. I always like that card in Limited. Let's play out the Sun-Collared Raptor. And then Thunderherd Migration. Just going to pay the extra 1. Find the plains. I think it's important to be able to Luminous Bonds. We've got more forests in our deck to be able to draw to get the double green. Sure. So we need to jump block here. So they now have that thing. I've got a Brontodon. Brontodon's pretty brutal. Let's just get this Ripjaw Raptor into play. When this starts returning cards, it's just absolutely brutal. They've got lethal, but need to make sure that they actually see it. They can return the bounce spell. But there wasn't really anything we could do to play around that, so... Hopefully they don't see the line. The way Arena is glowing makes me think they have seen the line, but... They saw the line. Oh well, that was kind of disappointing. Yeah, I think that deck was better than that, but... Never mind. Let's move on to another one. Right, so this pack's not amazing. So this Sky Marcher's good, Squire's Devotion's good, Tuscadon's fine, but there's a lot of competition in these kind of red decks that, like Dreadmaws and stuff. If you're playing dinosaurs, like they just tend to be bigger. Dusk Charger's a good Ascend payoff card. Death Spitter Firebrander fine, Dreadmaw's fine. I think it's probably just Sky Marcher. Let's go Sky Marcher. Resplendent Griffin is my favourite card in this pack. Would have gone really nicely with the Squire's Devotion. Potentially still just the Griffin. Baffling End's not very good in Limited just because there aren't a whole lot of impactful creatures that are small. Tends to be like 4 drops and above that are the cards you actually want to deal with, so it's not as good as it is in Constructed, where the creatures tend to be smaller. I've seen Water Knot and Resplendent Griffin. I think I'm just going to go Water Knot and just play it safe. Legion Lieutenant is excellent to pair with a Sky Marcher. There's another Water Knot. Go greedy or go... Yeah, let's go greedy. Let's go with the Lieutenant. Luminous Bonds should not still be there. Vampire Revenant's fine. Squire's Devotion's excellent. Oathsworn Vampire. Okay. We've not got the best vampire cards, but I think we've just got enough to make us be reasonable in that one. Take the cover. I'm going to take the Spirewinder just in case we end up moving back into blue if we get something ridiculous. Another Atali. Very good at opening Atalis lately. I'm just going to pass it this time. Dusk Legion Zealot's good for what we're trying to do with this. Another Squire's Devotion. Geez, a Needletooth Raptor as well. I like Pride of Conquerors. Pride of Conquerors is pretty good with this kind of strategy. Ark's pretty good too, but we've got a couple of forms of card advantage already, so. Sanguine Glorifier usually comes later. Dusk Legion Zealot's very good at just helping you push through. Dinosaur. Don't really want to play any of these cards. Dinosaur Hunter we'll put in the board. Oathsworn Vampires, fine. Guess we'll take a Brawler just in case we end up still moving back if there's anything in pack 3. Like, we're not, like, our white cards aren't massively impactful, so. Let's take another Vampire Revenant. We can be all in on the Vampire Revenant plan. Voracious Vampire's fine. Similar to Merfolk, I just kind of want every single card with the creature type vampire. Swordpoint, Diplomacy, Paladin the Bloodstain's pretty good. Making two bodies is pretty relevant. The main thing with that one. Ranging Raptor's pretty good. Bloodletter's the best card. Flyers are difficult to deal with. So having access to those is pretty good. This one's Slash or Costly Plunder. I think Slash is just, it's fine. It's not massively exciting, but let's take an Aerosaur. Big chunky flyer. Not happy with any of the cards in that pack. Skyblade the Legion. Certainly better than the other options. Prying Blade's pretty good in these kind of decks, especially with the number of flyers we have. Just being able to push through damage. None of these ones are particularly good. Play another Slash. Don't really want to play any Slashes, but can have a look at what we've got in a minute. Right, let's have a look. This isn't ideal. Potentially should have just maybe shouldn't have just picked this Legion Lieutenant. Maybe should have gone with the safer pick and lent on that a little bit more. But yeah, we'll see how this goes anyway. I think I'm happy enough with this. Like, I'm not massively excited by it, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. I don't know if I actually acknowledge your follow or not, Nathan, but thank you again anyway. Don't know if the animation came up either. Don't know if this animation actually works or not at the moment. It's very temperamental. On the play, this one would have been good with another land, but we'll have to mull that one. This one's fine. Do the animation. Don't think it's doing the animations. Bloodletter's a good draw. Smush for 1. Play a Bloodletter. A little bit of Drain. This is a really nice target for the Squire's Devotion too. See what they play. New Horizons, sure. So they're ramping, so We're just going to leave them to ramp, and we're just going to try and get this thing down while they're tapped out. They don't have any creatures, and just try and get as many hits in with this as possible. They got some white, so they got 5 mana, so it'll be interesting to see what they've got. What you got, opponent? What you got? Trapjaw Tyrant. Trapjaw Tyrant's a good one. Don't have any answers to that one, do I? That could be a problem. Don't cast Hunt the Weak or something here. Would be pretty backbreaking, pretty brutal. They've got a flyer. They have a flyer. That's rude. That kind of stops us using that plan. Come on, opponent. Grazing Whiptail is just so rude. Luminous Bonds that thing, sure. No, we'll take that block. See if we can't draw something else. A Legion Lieutenant would be pretty good. As it almost always would be. I think I'm just going to have to 2-for-1 myself here. See where they block. That works for me, actually. It means I get to kill this Whiptail now. Not that it matters too much, because we're pretty much dead here anyway, but... Like, we don't have any contract killings or anything to be able to murder that Trapjaw Tyrant, so we're just pretty much dead in the water there. Let's try again. let's see what we got here. Sure, we've got Lord and Vampires, so how bad can this one be? Lord on 2, being able to push it through with a Vampire. And this Vampire's huge next turn. Found the Luminous Bonds. Death Spirit, sure. Just gonna whack in ways they can't block. Next turn we can Luminous Bonds one of their creatures, depending on how they, depending on what they play. Yeah, so we can just Luminous Bonds this Death Spitter and just keep plowing in. Or we can cast the Squire's Devotion. Because they're definitely going to double block that thing. Then we get to take them both out, and then it means Luminous Bonds is going to be good for next turn. So if they don't, like, they're going to 6 here. So okay, them going to 6 is fine with me. Luminous Bonds gets to make their blocks awful next turn again anyway. So yep, you got Dreadmaw. So we're going to Luminous Bonds this thing up, and then okay, sure. They realise they're dead on board, so hope everyone's doing well today. We are currently doing ranked drafts, which is currently Rivals of Ixalan Draft. It changes over in just under a day now. I think it's 4 PM tomorrow. So after that, we'll get to play whatever format it moves and changes to. I think this is a keep. Obviously, cards are slightly awkward, but our deck isn't full of high quality cards, so I don't think we can be too greedy and mulligan those. Like, we've got lands and spells. Like, yes, some of the spells are slightly awkward, but we'll find some more things we can cast and we'll be fine. Jungle Creeper, sure. These Vampire Revenants are going to need to do a job here. One's going to have to hold the Squire's Devotion like a boss. Yeah, they built their own one. Well, hopefully they just smash and then we can Squire's Devotion this thing up, put a Prying Blade onto it and try and jam that way. Or they can just completely wreck me. Seeing as the only other spell in my hand is Vampire Revenant, let's just move on there, because we're not going to be able to draw anything out of that. That was gross. On the draw, I think this is fine. Obviously, we need a black source, but if we draw a black source, this hand's excellent, so. Playing against more dinosaurs. Okay, there's the swamp, so this hand's going to be pretty reasonable now. Need another couple of lands to make sure I can cast everything, but... Double Squire's Devotion means that these flyers should be able to help push through as well. Death Spitter, sure. So Bloodletter, drain them. We got a 3/3. Hopefully we draw a land so then we can Squire's Devotion, hold up Slash. Cool, so we did. Let's just suit up this Bloodletter. Smash for 4. Get to hold this up as well, just to make sure that there's no shenanigans gonna happen. Okay, still nothing. Vampire Revenant, and let's just try and Air Force them out in a couple of turns. Cool. We'll take him. This hand's fine, like a couple of 2-drops. This card's not very good. It's very difficult to get it to enrage and not die. Smash. Like, don't get me wrong, if you ever get to put counters on this thing, it's very, very good, but it's very difficult to trigger. Okay, he's got a Rile, so that thing's gonna grow. And now we're pouncing my Legion Lieutenant, or Savage Stomp. Yikes. One of those days, eh? Just one of those days. Just gonna take it, use my life total as a bit of a resource here. Make sure that we can continue growing the board. Let's just cast Vampire Revenant here. the amount of bad cards in his deck just to make this one card reasonable. Ryle is so bad. I just can't kill this thing though. Just gonna block like this. I go to 1, but I'd rather go to 1 and keep my creatures, so. Ugh, stuff. This is the most I've ever seen a Siegehorn Ceratops do, just for the record. Skyblade Legion needs to get in the way here. Because I need to be able to start chump blocking with this Oathsworn Vampire. Sure. Okay, hopefully we can live through this. If we've got any kind of fight card, we lose. Basically, if we have anything, we lose. So, see what they've got. That's a strange attack. Block like this. Okay, sure. Man. Okay. Okay. What's our record with this one? 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Right. Okay, one more, and then we'll. If we don't do better with this one, we'll call it a night early. Let's see how we get on. Another weak pack. Curious Obsession is probably the strongest card in the pack, but the rest is pretty abysmal. Martyr Dusk's fine, Relentless Raptor's fine, just none of it's particularly good. Captain's Hook's an excellent card. Just being able to make all of your creatures just really difficult to deal with is great, and it actually goes really well in like most of the decks. Four of the Empire is pretty good. I think it's the strongest card in the pack. I think it's worth picking that and just keeping our options open, and see how we get on over the next few picks. Bombard's great, so we'll pick that one. Good removal spell. Waterknot's another good removal spell. Trailblazer is really good with the hook. Just being able to any evasion creatures or any small creatures, being able to hook them up is going to be pretty good. Raptor is fine as well. Secrets is good. Don't really like any of these cards in this kind of deck. We'd like to have some kind of nice dinosaur to find with Forerunner, otherwise don't really want to be playing it, but... Okay, so we've got a reasonable start, got a reasonable set of guys. There's a Needletooth Raptor, which pairs really nicely with the Forerunner, which is great. Not a whole lot else in the pack. Shake the Foundations would go pretty nicely with what we've got. Trailblazer would be fine. Buccaneer would probably be okay, but yeah, Needletooth Raptor's bang on the money. Rekindling Phoenix is a slam dunk bomb for us here, so that's brilliant. Trailblazer is pretty good. We like a card like Expel, but just need some more 2-drops. The more 2-drops we have, the better our hook and our Curious Obsession are going to be. So Sea Red goes really nicely with the hook too. Bravado's great. Another Trailblazer. We're not going to play any of these, so may as well take the Brawler. I think it's almost zero chance that we play the Shake the Foundation, so I'm just going to pick another Raptor just in case we're shy of creatures, but I don't think we're going to be. We've got quite a lot already. So just kind of looking for some more removal spells, some more tempo spells. Try and help us with that. Not really keen on these double blue spells in the middle here. Yeah, we've not got anything else to push in a different direction, so see how this one pushes us. If there's anything that like pushes into another colour, then potentially move into that. So we're basically mono red at this point. Nothing here that's pushing us into another colour at all. So probably just going to try and pick a red card and keep ourselves open. Probably just the Firebrand. Wily Goblin's fine in our red deck anyway, so Marauding Looter's a reason to be that, but Fire Cannon Blast's actually just going to be solid removal. Probably just rather that. Rigging Runner, excellent. Headstrong Brute, excellent. We could just be mono red here. Like these other cards aren't really pushing us towards another color, so no, let's just go mono red. What's the worst that could happen? There's the Marauding Looter came back, so that's probably a reason enough to try and play a little bit of blue, even if it was only a little bit. Okay, so don't want to be playing that thing. We probably don't need the Freebooter just purely because we don't have that many cards to ramp into. These cards are not castable in what our mana is going to be. I like the Raptor. Tilnali's Knight is fine. Firebrand is fine. Probably cutting one Buccaneer. I'm going to keep these two in because they're very good together. We've got some other dinosaurs as well to help us with that. So we've still got two. What are we looking at? So there's a couple of creatures. Probably one Sun-Colored Raptor and probably just the Tilnali's Knight at that point. I probably just want an extra mountain just for a double red. I guess it's pretty minimal. Pretty marginal on the other ones, but yeah, I don't think it's worth playing any more of the blue cards. I think that we're going to be able to just get people with our red stuff, so yeah, this hand's great. Get to start on the Firebrand, suit it up, and smash on in. If they don't have a 2-drop, we will play the Obsession. If they do, then we'll probably just play the Raptor out and then see how we can get the most cards drawn. Just Tilnali crowned my Firebrand, that's rude. Fanatical Firebrand's a pretty good one. Being able to Fire Breathe it, it's going to have 3 toughness here as well, so I would love to draw a card. Sun-Colored Raptor, go. Sure. Wonder what you drew for the turn. Let's just play out Needletooth Raptor. Okay, cool. Works for me. Okay, 1-0 at the moment. Hopefully can get a little bit of rhythm. Right, let's see what we got here. So we've got Rigging Runner, Hook, Death Spitter. This hand's good. Raptor top it off as well. So see what we draw. If we draw a 2-drop, then they potentially want to hold the runner to try and get it as a 2/2. But I'm quite happy just to be able to punch through damage with it as a 1/1 first striker. This notification just didn't work, did it? That's weird. Okay, so you got an Erasca Relic. I'm just going to get the hook down. Only takes 1 to equip here, so... I think I'm actually going to play out this Death Spitter. Like, they're only at 6/7 permanents, so they need a land and a spell that makes 2 permanents to be able to ascend. And they don't have that, so that works out really well. Let's smash for both. Play Marauding Looter. Hornswoggle. Well, it's not a land, so it means they don't ascend. Let's pop this Firebrand down. The Firebrand's going to threaten to eat this Sunrise Seeker, so... Then we get to play Trailblazer and equip the Trailblazer, so all of our creatures just become so much more impactful with this hook on. Yep. And it just means this Death Spitter is now going to be the same thing. It's going to have the same... I probably don't even want to do that with... I guess we do, because we can Fire Cannon Blast the Dusk Charger. So let's kill this thing. Or attempt to kill this thing. Suit up my Death Spitter. Try and jam for 5. Yep. They're going to need a good one here. Queen's Agent is a good one. Apart from the fact we got the Bombard, so... Kill this one, please. Cool. Didn't have a Pump Spell. Pump Spell would make things slightly more awkward, but we still get to kill it with First Strike, so... we didn't have First Strike, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, we got a Vanifar. That's about the best thing we've opened out of one of those in a while. It sounds fine. Like, Brute's very, very good. Just being able to... Even just being a 3/3 with upside. Not being able to block is very rarely a downside, and potentially having Menace is massive. Bravado's going to be able to push in damage with that in quite a significant way as well. Opponent's on a mulligan. Right, let's go. Sea Red's a nice one to go with it as well. So the Sea Red and Bravado, that's potentially 12 damage on this brute, so it doesn't take much to be able to push through damage with this thing. It doesn't take much to get through damage with this thing. If they have like a pacifism or a removal spell, then it's can be slightly awkward, but like these auras are always going to be slightly awkward. Baffling End, sure. When I was talking about this card not being particularly good earlier, it's pretty good against our deck just because we're quite an aggressive deck. Most of the decks in this format aren't as aggressive as us. I'll let you block. Doesn't want to block. I'm an always loot kind of person because I'd much rather throw away bad cards. This thing now has to die, but it's already like the Curious Obsession's already got its card back, so I'd imagine it's going to be some kind of bounce spell. Yeah, this is fine. Like, we don't need to push through too much more damage to win the game, so we can win next turn by this taking damage, this not being blocked. So this Bravado should be able to steal this one. Down to 10. Rig Hauler. Sure. But it's the Death Spitter. Sure. I potentially should have Fire Cannon Blast that Rig Hauler before combat. Yeah, that was a mistake. Because there was a chance they didn't block. I've got to play both these out. Let's blast the sentry. And let's attack and see how they block. They may just want to block like that. Okay, sure. I'm just gonna let this happen. Play out the Raptor. Oliver, sure. We've got another way to deal with this, then we're dead, but this all stems from that one poor decision, so. Question is, am I using the bravado or not? And I don't think I am. I go to 3. Martyr of Dusk is a good one. I just have to do this at this point. As awkward as it is. Just need to get this Corsair off the table, otherwise we are just going to die. Can play this Trailblazer out. Hopefully just be able to push through a no blocks with this. I'm certainly not blocking this. So hopefully they just play one creature and we can, yep. Menace is a keyword. Give my guy double strike. Sweet, we got there. That, from the opponent's side, they potentially didn't have to attack with both of those if they were they knew they were playing the 2/5 flyer. There's not really a whole lot of need for them to attack with both their creatures. If they wanted to play around like a card like that, it would also help them potentially play around like some kind of threaten effect. To an extent. Guess it means that they can survive through unfriendly fire, as an example, but yeah, it depends what they were trying to play around, if they were trying to play around anything. Wily Goblin would be a great one to trade with this, so hopefully we can draw another red source. Play out 2 drops to trade with our 2 drops. Let's just play out the Wily Goblin. Hammer Skull was an annoying one. This means we still get to be able to eat this aspirant, or trade with this aspirant. vampires then. Or he's trying to cast double black vampire potentially. Just going to take our 4 here. Which means we go down to 9. Dusk Charger, not quite ascended yet, but it probably will by next turn. We can play out the Needletooth Raptor. And we can cast Bravado. Which is probably reasonable enough. Can't stop them from ascending, so... Them ascending, making this fly, making this huge is just going to be a massive problem for us, so... Not a whole lot we can do about it. Need this Needletooth Raptor to have multiple activations, which isn't going to happen, so... So I need to block here, and I guess there's actually no point blocking with this. And then I need to Bravado to give my guy double strike. Let's see if we can draw something. Like, this thing's not attacking, this thing's not getting to block anyway, so it may as well attack. Oh, I didn't mean to attack with everything, but never mind, I don't think it's going to make a difference anyway. No, it doesn't. Okie doke. Okay, 3 and 1. Let's see if we can chain through a few more wins to finish this off. Can get my words out at some point. That sounds fine. Forerunner's going to help us help us deal with any little things. So I forgot we had this in our deck. This card's great. Firebrand. Do need some more lands, but can play the Wily Goblin to get another mana for next turn. Two Conquistadors. Not really worth attacking there, so... Do you have any more? No. Eesh. We kind of want to trade these things off before we play the Forerunner anyway, but would have liked to have drawn the other land. This tells me they're missing a land, otherwise they would just played the other 2-2. You might want to keep that on top anyway. Nope, they want the land. Now, well, we get to raid out this runner, play a Firebrand and pass. Rig Hauler is going to bounce the runner, I'm assuming. Quite happy to make this trade. Like, we're not achieving a massive amount at the moment, so bird. Bird is the word. Conquistador, that's fine. Still doesn't have any more. Okay. I think I just want to get the rigging runner back out, so I want to attack. Get this runner out, get the Trailblazer out. I'm going to trade this Trailblazer off if given an opportunity to. It's going to die to this Forerunner when we get around to casting that anyway, so. Just block like this. If they've got a trick, they've got a trick. Sure. That's a good trick to get away. That can be a far more dangerous one than that. Smash. Let's just kill you. That seems like the easiest option is to just try and kill you. Sure. Dreamcaller Siren. That's rude. Let's play Forerunner out. And go and find the Needletooth Raptor. So at the moment we'll take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, assuming they don't have anything else. Block the Conquistador, I guess. That's filthy and disgusting. Kill that thing and pass. So we're dead. Negate. Sure. Just a little bit too much tempo there. This hand's fine. Trailblazer. Hopefully hit a red source for Goblin and Fire Cannon Blast. Hooked out, push through damage. That was 100% the wrong land to play first. Imperial Lancer. Sure. Ugh. Just get that thing off my table. I just don't want to deal with that. This thing having double strike as much as I can. More Snubborns, sure. Everything's going to be pretty menacing here, so... Sure. I did that wrong. Oh, I'm not playing properly tonight at all, am I? I just have to let this happen now, because I cocked that up. I should have... If I ordered the blockers differently, I get to kill the Heliopterus with first strike, and then eat the other one with his normal damage. But ordered the blockers wrong because I'm not paying enough attention. For whatever reason. Soul of Rapids, sure. Hopefully we can sneak through with this bravado here. Don't care about this looter, so it's just going to get in the way of this lancer. It can't get in the way of the lancer because no, this isn't a dinosaur, so it doesn't get flying. I know how my cards work. It's fine. 3/3 on the ground is rude. All right, hopefully they come in with stuff. If they don't block either of them, then bravado kills them, so... DS1, kill you. That seemed like a really loose no blocks on the second creature there. Especially when your 1/1's got double strike, like you chuck the 1/1 and like your 2/5 in front of the guy, and then the 3/3 in front of the other guy. That seemed like a really strange decision there, but works for me. We basically had to play to that only out, and yeah, it worked. So Moving on up. 4 and 2 with this deck. Yeah, this hand looks fine. Smush. Smush you more. King of the Smush. You have a 2/2. Play my bird. We get to be kind of aggressive with the next couple of plays. If we draw land, Trailblazer into Sea Red or Hook into Equip. Fourth land's going to leave us in pretty good shape. Wow, that's a lot of ramp and a whole lot of nothing else to do with it. Smash you for 7. Play another Brute. Okie doke. Yep, you cast 2 ramp spells and a 2/2 and just fell over and died, so that worked for us. Now, what does now have? Vomit. Need the land drop. If I can hit the land drop, I've got half a chance, but... Okay, that's a start. We're going to block with a Firebrand and shoot the token so it doesn't untap, and see if that can buy us some time with this thing. So if they don't gain life, this thing doesn't untap. Yeah, so they've not got anything to untap it, so that works for us for the time being. Play the Raptor out. Dusk Charger, sure. It's fine. One ping of the Raptor and that thing goes away. Take the easy trade. Play the Rigging Runner out. Just try and keep the board manageable. Chupacabra, that's disgustingly rude. At least we got the Rigging Runner out. There's the red source, here's the Phoenix. If they have something to follow up to kill the egg, then so be it, but... Vona, that doesn't do it, and we've got a Bombard to deal with that one, so... Get off my table. Because that would gain them life as well for the stupid Famished Paladin, but... None of that. Not in my house. Okay, you got a bunch of bears. Bunch of bears. This Raptor is just going to trade with something and deal him a chunk of damage, so... What do you have, opponent? Don't think I'm massively interested in blocking here. They have like a moment of triumph. It just means that we're... I guess they still get to untap the Paladin anyway, so... Play the land out, pass. I'll gamble on that. I'll absolutely gamble on that. Okay.
What are we at? 141. Cool, so this is either trophy or bust.
This hand's pretty good. Bombard to buy us time. Forerunner will find us Needletooth Raptor, so got the blue source for the looter already. There's the 4th mana. Rekindling Phoenix is excellent too. Just need to avoid getting run over. No 2-drop from them is excellent for us. Like a Raptor Companion would have actually been quite scary with this hand for the first couple of turns, but okay, looks like they're a send deck of some sort, so that's fine. If they cast that freebooter, I think I'm happy just letting the... I guess I'm just supposed to cast it, because it just doesn't... It means I've just left with a 1-2 flyer that doesn't do anything. So let's cast Forerunner. Put the Raptor on top of our deck. Which is going to mean that they're going to have to play slightly differently, knowing that that's on top. A Profane Procession, sure. Do I care? The Bravado can save it, but don't think I care. Need to try and get them to get 3 of my creatures away before I put this Phoenix out. Sure. It's a weird splash. Quite happy to just clear the board if that's what they want to do. Sure. Sure. Okay, get a push damage this turn, which is good. Baffling in the brute. Rude. Don't see us winning this game, but just need to see if we can find a way around this Profane Procession. It's just such a good card and such a difficult one to maneuver around. We're done. We're done. No one to throw the towel in. We're just need to not hit a land for like 4 or 5 draws. No, I've got nothing to be able to kill the Profane, so nothing I could do about that one there. Alright, let's crack a couple of packs and then that'll be us. No, just needed to try and see if I could sneak in damage with Pirates and Double Strike, but they were on far too high a life total for that, so kind of unfortunate, but that's how it goes some of the time. Ooh, Mythic Wild card, lovely. Whatley. Cool. Right, thanks very much everyone for watching today. As always, the archives will be up on YouTube and on Twitch, so if you missed it and you want to catch it, you can do that. We had a pretty interesting first draft where we had Zakama and Vraska, and we cast them both in the same turn, then lost the following turn, you know, as you do in Limited. So, yeah, that was an interesting one, but yeah, thanks again everyone for watching, and I'll be on at some point again tomorrow. I'm not sure when yet, but I will figure it out and I will let you guys know via Twitter. But yeah, thanks again everyone for watching.